Jennifer Cameron again with a video on my post survey data on the 3 elements that I was working on. I start with element 12, engaging students in cognitive complex tasks. Overall, the data showed that I improved some by quite a bit, others not as high. One of them I did score a titch lower in. But the mean changed quite a bit in this particular area. I think the factors that contributed to this was adjusting and clarifying the questions. So I did adjust and clarify the questions using vocabulary that I used in the classroom when I was working on this. I had to try to explain a lot of questions to my students. So in the process of doing this, they also understood a little bit better. So I think the post-survey data is a little more accurate to their own understanding of what I was trying to accomplish when I was doing this. I used more language that they could understand. I also made language more kid-friendly. When implementing this particular element, I tried at various different times to question my students' certainty about problems or tasks that they were working on. I also started having the students, when doing think, pair, share during practice times, ask specific questions as, how did you get your answer? Why did you pick that answer over this one? I do wish there were separate surveys for elementary, middle school, and high school so the data is more accurate and not off because of the students' lack of understanding of the questions. But overall, I feel like they understood it better just because I was implementing it on a more regular basis. The next element was element 11, examining errors in reasoning. I had one area that I went down in. I can infer what is true based on what I already know. I don't know why that one was confusing because we worked on inferencing in class, but I don't think that they had confidence in what they already knew, maybe. I believe this was a positive growth came from this survey being adjusted to make more sense to the 3rd grade class. I do think that when we worked on error analysis for problems we were currently working on, helped them become better at recognizing errors, but also to understand the process of how to figure out how to fix those errors and why those errors occur. They also use a lot of prior knowledge in order to figure those things out, which also means they're accessing parts of information that they've already learned, which I like to see as well. I had to explain what logic means, and like I said, we did work on inferencing, so that also became a little easier for them to understand. I love to see their interest in looking for the mistakes or errors. Once we started working on this, they were more easily looking at errors in other people's work, although we did get to the point where they were actually looking at their own work and making some changes before turning in assignments, which is what I was hoping for as well. My last element was element 29, using it for the controversy. Did well, much better in this one. This one was kind of, I didn't score badly in it, but it was one that I was a little surprised by. So I'm glad that with some clarification and making them understand what I was looking for and what I was working on, I think it made it a lot easier for them to understand. They did grow in this area. They do like doing class votes. We do that a lot. And they like to, now they understand that they can have an opinion. They're really good at controversy, but being kind about the controversy. We start with simple questions where they were able to easily defend their claims. So like some silly questions, not too complicated. We do a lot of would you rather questions. So why did you pick that one over the other? Like initially it was always, I don't know, I just did. I'm like, well, you didn't pick the other one, so there has to be a reason. So then they had to kind of dig a little deeper to see why they picked that answer. Maybe something that they experienced made them pick that answer, or something that they saw somebody else do. It was really interesting when they actually had to think about that a little further and defend their opinion a little more. I got a lot more interesting answers. They're engaged in saying they were more engaged in what they were saying because they had to attempt to try to change somebody else's mind, which is an activity where they had to pick a side and then they had to defend their claim, but they also had to try to draw somebody to change their mind. So that was interesting. They did a lot of, they did get some people to join their side. So that was good. I also think I did this in other subjects, not just in one or two, they were able to connect it. That is part of any time we can agree and disagree on different things. We also did, they love four corners. We did a lot of four corner stuff. Pick a corner. Okay, that's the corner you picked. Why? Defend it. Which you thought, and did some people switch corners because they're like, you know what? I don't think that I was right. So overall, I thought the post survey data really confirmed that I need to continue to work on this, and that I'll be implementing it more and maybe more deliberately right from the get-go next year. Thank you.